Hello fam, welcome back to our channel. In some states, in all the states, majorly all the states, in especially southern part of Nigeria, it has been EndSars and SWAT, one protest or the other. Well, I think in Imo State we have double for the trouble. While we're looking at just ends, we're not only looking at EndSars, we're looking at other supervisors that are sitting there, and the youth have decided to use their same voice now to voice out and let the whole world know what they're suffering in that state. But before we go into the news proper further analysis, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, Futo, that's one of the federal universities in Imo State in Nigeria, and Nekede, that's Nekede Polytechnic in Nekede, also in Owerri in Imo State. The students have decided to do the needful by swimming in dirty water as they protest for reconstruction of the school bad roads. Wow, I guess they should be very careful. This is beyond protest. Youth are taking the bulls by the horn. Federal University of Technology, Owerri, Federal Polytechnic in Nekede, students in conjunction with indigenous of Ihiagwa and Nekede communities protested against the bad situation of the road leading to these two schools. These are, look, I don't understand why we're doing this to ourselves. And somebody will say the students shouldn't protest. Somebody will say the youth should leave the streets, and somebody will encourage them to leave the street. They will meet the needs. Start now. What stops the government from doing the needful? These are things that have said yes. We are 60 years in as a country, and we are still celebrating bad roads. We're still celebrating very terrible roads that are being plied every day. We keep doing roads that are deplorable. But let's continue with the news so we can go to the analysis proper. Now, the youth went further it's important to recall also that the immediate past government of the state that was led by Right Honorable Emeka Ihedioha started a construction project on this particular road before his unfortunate evacuation from office, and since then this road has been deteriorating even much more. During this rainy season is something else altogether. Buses, bikes, and those using legs find it extremely difficult to access this road. Motorists are taking advantage to hike the price of transportation, which in return are being suffered by the poor masses. Okay. In the quest of expressing their frustration, few students were seen swimming these dirty waters with a placard. We are begging on government to reconsider students and repairs that this particular road, that's Nazia Ihiagwo Road. There's no better way to make our voice heard rather than through peaceful protests like this, the one that is ongoing. We are hopeful that something will be done really quick. Have you used this road recently? Share your experience and with this route in our comment section. Now look at what we're talking about. That's one of the danger. We're going to look through the comments in a moment. We're going to find what Nigerians are saying concerning this matter in a moment. But let me just quickly say this: one of the disadvantage or one of the problems and ills of our present day government, I realize, is that they don't have continuity. They like to what should I say, they like what they call this is my brand, this is what I achieved. They don't want to say I worked under the shadow of someone, but it's a teamwork. The money you're spending is not your personal money, it's taxpayers' money. Now, if the other person has started a project for one reason or the other didn't conclude it, and it's a capital project, it's a project or a recurrent project, it's a project that will benefit the people, for crying out loud, why not complete it? If Emeka Ihedioha had started a project of good road, that good road is beneficial not just to the indigenous, it's also beneficial to the student, it's beneficial to all. Now look at the roads are so terrible. Look at the students are swimming in dirty water. Now, before we say who goes there, yeah, they're adults, you will say, young adults, you will say. Before you say who goes there, we'll be looking at outbreak of a disease. Cholera is the disease of the unclean. And now they're swimming in dirty, muddy water. And before you say Jack, they could be suffering an epidemic here that will lead to more situations in our hands. Then we begin to look at immunizations and all that. Funds that would have been used for something more viable is now used into other issues that shouldn't have come into play if the roads were already repaired or they're functional. We need to look into this very quickly, and it's getting out of hand. And now the students are using the opportunity to air their views, even though they're swimming in dirty waters and using placards. But let's hope that it doesn't go violent, because the truth of the matter is we don't need to go violent to most of these things. But I realize that sometimes we need to be strong in our voices so that the government of the day will take us serious. Now they are swimming in dirty waters, they're carrying placards, it's looking so normal and as if that they are not serious. Until they start taking the bulls by the horns and taking their protest to the government house, that's when they will begin to realize that the students are becoming unruly or they're becoming violent. Let's always listen to the voice of the people most time. They are the one that elected you. They are the one that should have the power. They have the right to say what they don't like, and you look into the matter. Don't wait till it degenerate to the point where the students have to go to the front of the government house to air their views. I remember very recently also a month there about the pensioners, our old women and men hit the street. They had to go to government house before they were aired. At some point, touts, hoodlums were even using canes to flog elderly people simply because they've served and their pensions were owed them. Let's not always wait for the point where we begin to ask for intervention. It's always not right. The government should always come in and spring into actions and stop things from becoming escalated. But yeah, let's hear what Nigerians are saying concerning this matter. This one here is saying, imagine Nigerian federal government is a compilation of looters and thieves. Look at the federal road at Owerri. The constitution of Nigeria was designed to make heads of states and president rogues. This should be a legislation. There should be a legislation to hand over of the federal roads to the state government where they are domiciled. Does President Buhari know this road in Owerri is a federal road? The constitution needs to be amended. This one here is saying, it's so unfortunate and disappointing. That was the same road I applied 4 years while schooling. Nigeria is a failed state where miscreants, thugs, rascals, and criminals have been recycled every 4 years into public office. Bad roads everywhere, bad economy, bad leaders, bad government, bad governance. It's rather shameful. This one here said, great Nigerian student, I salute your spirit. Let's call for our leaders to order. This one here is saying, my lovely people, our cry to shame our leaders put us through. The one not got out of it. God won't punish them. I do not understand what is trying to write here. The English are very wonderful. Let's continue. This one here is saying 22 million naira for one person. A senator in Nigeria every month calculate 22 million naira. That is 12. You know the amount you know how much one person is earning as salary biannual. This government with this is serious. This one here is saying there is hope. Ha 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 ha. Is referring to the governor. This one here says Supreme Court governor, your first 4 years you cannot perform. Shame on you. You think it's easy to become a governor. You don't cast. It's not even up to it's not even up to a year yet. Let's not say first 4 years. He has not even entered that. Obviously, this young person has not been following the government of the day. Hope Uzodinma is barely up to a year. Okay, so if you're going by first 4 years, then you have missed it. But I'm not calculating his years or his months in office. I'm calculating the fact that any part that needs his attention, he should expedite. Any part that is urgent, he should quickly look into it speedily so that we can, move forward as a nation and as a country. I don't want to start pointing fingers. The truth of the matter is, we've pointed fingers enough. It has not changed anything. Let's begin to demand for action. That's the next line of action. Let's not begin pointing fingers. If you after pointing, how many? We've seen the panel that was set up during NDC. We heard the amount of money looted. What came out of this panel? Nothing. Nobody was, yes, indicting in. Who went to jail? Nobody went to jail. Did anybody go to jail after so much money they said this money was given, the contract was not awarded, but it was not performed? Have you heard anybody that has been prosecuted and gone to jail? None. So let's begin to demand change. Okay, pointing fingers that this person have done, it will not change anything. Over the years we have seen it has not yielded results. So let's begin to demand change. Okay, so calling him out and saying 4 years, what a shame. Has he changed anything? Has not moved anything in his pocket? But let's demand for the right change and demand it now. This one here is saying, expose them. We don't have government. Only armed robber government we have. God is exposing them. This one here is saying, what is God will punish her. There's so many very vile words here. This one here is keep on fighting for your right and may God touch the heart of the people that are supposed to implement it. Amen. That's what I want to hear. Let's keep fighting for our rights. But calling them names and insulting them, honestly, if you ask me, it will not change anything. But call them out rightfully. Call them out. Pinpoint where you want the change and demand it with proofs and make it viral. People will say it. The international bodies will say it. They themselves will say, probably they are not even saying. It's possible that maybe they're not even aware that some of these roads are bad, but you're bringing them to their attention. Now they will expedite. But calling them out, calling them names, as in calling them names or calling them dirty names, to me, it wouldn't change anything. But point your problem, bring the attention to it, make it viral. Then we're in business. Let's wrap it up. Let's